Hello everyone, welcome back. Another day, another Bronze Age Grail key that is crashing, falling in price. Is now the perfect time to buy Bronze Age keys? I think we're in that sweet spot. So many of them I've already gotten in the collection and I'm super happy to have. But man, these values of some of these books is kind of scary how things are going. Everything is so dependent on these shows, on these movies. And it's just crazy to me that people are putting so much stock in these things as for what these books are worth and whether or not to make a decision on whether to buy these first appearances of these characters that people care so much about. So if you guys have been watching the channel recently, you guys know I picked up a Marvel Spotlight 5, a Grail book for me, a Hopes and Dreams book. We've got Giant Size X-Men 1 in the collection, Hulk 181. These Bronze Age just standard books. They're kind of the measuring stick of the market in so many ways. And when these books start to fall, which Giant Size X-Men, that is the litmus test. How that book goes determines seemingly the comic book market, specifically for books in that Bronze Age range. Bronze Age is not safe from these huge dips, and neither is Silver Age. We've seen that. And then these books that are tied so intricately, so closely to these movies and these shows, I mean, it's like playing with fire, especially if you buy them on the high end. Well, guys, we bought another book from Elite Comics 11, and I can't stop buying from them. I go on there nearly every day, and I just see these crazy deals. People are selling things, and I don't know if people are desperate, hard up for money, just trying to move some stuff, to pay bills. I don't know. I don't ever want to be in that situation, and hopefully I never am, but man, like some of these books are going crazy low, and people are not touching them. This book here, this book is now in the 2017, 2018 range of prices. And man, that is a true indicator of what I think these books really are worth to the people that are still collecting in the community now. We've gotten a lot of the speculators and the fly-by-night guys that are just coming in it for the quick buck. And now the dust is kind of settling and the true collectors are coming out and really buying books for their personal collection. And when I see these books and the prices they're selling for in 2023 is similar to what they were selling for in 2018, I'm buying in. And this is the book that I'm talking about. We're talking about Moon Knight, by the way. We're talking about Werewolf by Night 32. We have got a first appearance of a character that has really kind of shown its cards, shown its stuff on the small screen with a incredible performance by Oscar Isaac, but a not well received show in any way by a lot of hardcore Moon Knight fans. Moon Knight has so many great comic book stories, and there's so many of them that I still haven't read, specifically the ones where a lot of the show was based on Jeff Lemire's run, where it kind of really delves deep into the psyche of Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, and Mark Spector. I'm going to be reading that soon, but I just kind of wanted to talk about some of the Moon Knight stories that I have read, and this one specifically. This omnibus by Hudson and Benson, this kind of just shows what Moon Knight can be and what kind of stories he could be like on the big screen and what kind of stories he can continue to be in comics. But I keep harping back to the big screen and the small screen stuff because that really is the driving force of so many of the values of these books, and it's so unfortunate. Without further ado, let's bust into this box and let's take a look at this book closer. I'm super excited to see how this book looks in person. All right, so this was a situation where the Marvel Spotlight 5 that I bought from this gentleman, this was his other book that he was selling. This book was on Elite Comics 11 for seemingly weeks, and nobody was touching it. Honestly, like it was the price range for me at that time was not where I wanted to be for this book, and it just kept dropping, And then we got it to where it is now. So let's take a look here. It also makes me feel more comfortable when I saw that this was coming from a guy I've already bought from before. I knew it was going to be packaged well. I knew it was going to be quality. And it is. Werewolf by Night 32, 6.0 white pages. Let's take a closer look. Werewolf by Night 32, Marvel Comics, August 1975. Origin and first appearance of Moon Knight, Mark Spector. Doug Moenick story, Don Perlin and Howie Perlin art, Gil Kane and Al Milgrom cover. 6.0 white pages. So I saw that it was a new encapsulation. Not so new that it has the QR code on the back, but still a very, very well encapsulated book by the look of this. I'm always kind of shaking them now to see if the book is loose as a goose like my ASM 300 was in there. This is very, very nice. We've got some color breaking spine ticks up and down the spine, specifically one on that top staple that's pretty significant. We've got some blunted corners. Yeah, I mean, this is a 6.0 book. The back cover looks pretty good. We got a water stain here on the top. All right, so this book is in an interesting place right now, and I've kind of alluded to this already. There is no speculation on this book anymore, in my opinion. I mean, we've seen what they're doing with the character. We've seen the suit. We've seen how the character is going to be portrayed by the actor. We've seen some of the supporting cast. We've seen how he fights, but we haven't seen much of it. I think it's just such a disservice to say, this book is, it needs to have plummeted in value. I own this book in a 3.0. I bought this book raw for $700, $800, and then I had it graded. At that time, I wasn't super happy with the copy. I didn't like how it presented. I just was not happy with that 3.0. I ended up trading it in one of my trading fiascos in Charlotte, North Carolina. I ended up trading pretty well for it in retrospect, but this is kind of the grade book that I'm looking for in my Bronze Age keys. Anything lower than mid-grade for me now, and that's just where I'm at with my collecting. A Bronze Age key in any grade is still quality, but from where I am, I want these books to present very, very well. And I mean, they need to at least be mid-grade. I paid $700 for this book shipped. Mind-blowing, considering where this book was just a year and a half ago. It is crazy how these prices have just swung, and really, in my opinion, not justifiably. I mean, this is a book that if I was to take to a dealer, or if I was to take, to a convention or a comic book shop, and I had a stack of slabs and I had a bunch of 9.8 moderns, this is the book. This is a book people want. People want this book. True comic book collectors know what this is. He is Marvel's Batman. I mean, that is what this is. And if you read the early Moon Knight issues, you read the that first run with, and it transitions to the Sienkiewicz covers with the Bushmen and all that run. This, people know what this is. They know what kind of character Moon Knight can be, how great his stories are. There's so many layers to these stories. His psyche, the action. His just the multiple personalities that are going on in his head. All the stories are so dark and gritty and so violent. And then the Egyptian mythology that's put into it, it's just also cool. The imagery, and just Moon Knight's just a badass just in general. Guys, I think I kind of stole this book for $700. To me, this book is worth significantly more than that. What do you guys think? Do you guys have this book? Do you plan on getting this book? Let me know. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.